Hello and welcome, BitMonger family. Monger here. Top of the day to you guys. Hope you're all doing well. In today's video, we'll be looking at the crypto markets and what I had suspected earlier. It's looking like we're seeing a Solana breakout. Now go back into my history and look at this. You can see I've been Solana since I started making these videos, which hasn't been that long. And just so you guys know, I flipped my Ethereum into Solana when Solana was like around $20. It's trading at $200 now. I have had a fucking killer returns on that. And it looks like it's bottomed, and it has started to go back up against Ethereum. Now, Ethereum has had a fantastic run for about the past 3 to 4 months. Solana didn't do too well. And it looks like that is starting to turn. As I mentioned in a video a couple days ago, or was it just yesterday, I was talking about how I was seeing, I think it was 2 days ago. What I'm seeing is this. The flow of money is going to start going into the higher cap alts outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum. And that first place that I think it's going to be going into is primarily what we're seeing is into Solana and Hyperliquid. So you really want to keep an eye on those. You might want to look at getting a position there if you haven't had one on any kind of large pullback. I believe Solana's got a lot of room to grow. And the reason why is because we're seeing a growing group of corporations that are putting Solana down as a reserve asset. Supposedly in the news, look it up, guys. $1.2 billion has been raised. I think it was by Pantera Capital, and they're looking to do something with Solana in terms of putting it as a treasury asset. And I think this has a lot of room to grow. Also, Solana is by far the faster chain, very quick, and best user experience, hands down, and it settles very quickly. So from my perspective, Ethereum just can't do that, guys. As much as I like Ethereum, it just can't perform at that scale. It's not going to be able to be the Cash App or whatever it might be, or the decentralized exchange for everything. I think that's going to be going on to Solana. So look into it. Do your research. It's really important that you guys do your research and have conviction. The more you dig into something, and the more you understand it, and the more you look at the data, the higher conviction you can have in putting money into it. And that's what I've done, and that's why Solana is a huge bag of mine when it comes to my crypto portfolio. It's primarily Bitcoin and Solana. I have some Ethereum, and I have some of these other assets, but by far the two biggest ones are Bitcoin and Solana. So look into it. So let's take a quick look at the markets, what's happening right now. And we can see it has been, we're getting a nice pump, guys. A lot of green here, a lot of green. We can see over the past 7 days, we can see Bitcoin has been petering out, but it's up at 113K, so it's showing some strength. It's bouncing back off of that low that we had. This is looking good. We want to see it get up to back into that 116, 118 level. That would make us. That would make me feel a lot better to see that. But right now, it's nice to see that it's still holding that above 112K. That's great. And look at this. We see Ethereum it seems like it's kind of petering out. I mean, it's under 4,600. Yet we can see Solana here is now at $212. We see Ethereum over the past 7 days had 6.4% growth, while Solana had nearly 13%. So guys, you need to be looking at these things, and you need to be going down the risk curve. I think, like I said, I think Solana can get up to 400, possibly more. I'll do another video about where I think Solana is going, but I still believe it has a lot of upside. If you want to go further down the risk curve, you're going to need to, if you're looking for outsized gains going into alt season. It's just the way it is. If it's got a smaller market cap, especially since it's not going to be getting an ETF, and getting that kind of demand, you need to be looking at smaller caps that are going to have more upside growth. If they catch a bid, they can pump a lot faster. You need to understand that when it comes to market caps. But it's looking really good. And let me get into this, what I was talking about earlier. So this is you can see right here, this is, I'm comparing Solana to Ethereum. Ethereum is the denominator. And we can see that it has fallen off of a cliff, basically. We're looking at the 4-hour chart here. And let me close this one. When was this? So this is since 1st of July. We had a little bit of a pump here on Sol against Ethereum, but since then it's just been on this massive downtrend. We can see it goes all the way back to about April. Anyways, I drew these lines here. These are major lines that were either previous lows and major points that Solana had hit when it crashed before against Ethereum. And we see that it looks like it bottomed right here, guys. Let's look at this a little bit more. It looks like it was bottoming here right at about 0.041 practically. 0.04093, call it 0.041. It looked like it was in a range right here. It had bottomed, and now it's breaking out. I pulled down these diagonals, and we can see this one I pulled down. We can see it started breaking here, but that was kind of early. And then I drew another one from this point coming down off of this, and we can see that it broke that. And if I zoom out even further, let's go into the daily chart so you guys can see this white line better. Let's look at the daily. I'll reset the chart here and zoom it out. And you can see way back when, all the way back here in 24, this was an area where it had held quite a bit. It hit here, you can see that. Hit here, it hit here, it hit here. It was the tops here. Kind of was a top area here. So before it went under. So this is a resistance area. We need to see break, and that's right at 0.04572. 0.04572 is the area that we're looking at. And if it breaks this, I think it could have some really good upside action. Let's look at what the percent is on this. So going from, I'm going to take it from the white line here, the breakout point, up to this spot here, which I think is good. We're looking at almost 100% gainer on that. So I think if you are holding Ethereum and you want to take more risk, I would be rolling it over into Solana if we see a breakout of this white line. Okay, guys? All right. Well, that's my perspective on this. All right. So there you have it, guys. Hope you're all doing well. Monger on.